5-0.
Yes, sir.
What? 7-0.
7-0, 7 knockouts.
7-0. The
3-0,
Gorilla.
baby.
The Gorilla 3-0. 5-0. Double trouble.
Double trouble.
What they say?
Gervonta Davis, known for his electrifying energy in the ring, just received word of Curmel Moton's lightning-fast 60-second knockout of Victor Vasquez. If you know Gervonta, you can imagine his reaction, a mix of shock, pride, and a bit of "I told you so." He's been in the boxing game long enough to recognize talent from a mile away, and this moment was no exception. Allegedly, Gervonta was with his close-knit crew, his inner circle who always get the scoop first, when the news broke. His reaction, according to those who were there, was something to behold. He didn't just sit back and take it in. He was reportedly up on his feet, pacing with a grin that wouldn't quit. Word has it that he kept saying things like, "I knew the kid was special, but this is something else." For those who aren't familiar, Curmel Moton isn't just any fighter. He's been under Gervonta's mentorship for a while now, with Gervonta guiding him through the ropes both literally and figuratively. So, hearing about this knockout, especially in just 60 seconds, must have felt like watching his protege take flight for the first time. Rumor has it that Gervonta even got a bit emotional, which is rare for a man as tough as him. But let's rewind for a moment. The fight between Moton and Vasquez wasn't on many people's radar at first. Sure, the hardcore fans knew it was coming, but few expected it to be a game changer. Then again, this is boxing. You never know how things will play out. As soon as the first bell rang, Moton came out with a fire that caught everyone off guard. Even the commentators were stunned. People who were there, or at least claimed they were, mentioned that there was an electric buzz in the air, like everyone could feel something big was about to happen. And then, just like that, it did. Vasquez didn't know what hit him. One minute he was in the ring, and the next, he was on the canvas, staring up at the lights, trying to figure out where it all went wrong. The speed and precision of Moton's punches was something straight out of a movie. A jaw-dropping moment that left everyone, including Gervonta Davis, in awe.
The young bull, Curmel Moton, I don't know how to pronounce it. He is a problem. I know he's one of Floyd's fighters, and but I think he's only like 18, 19 years old. If that, he might be even younger than that. And he knocked the bull out in like the first round. And I think he is going to be a problem. I think he has potential to be one of the greatest if he keeps at this speed. Now, one thing I don't know about Curmel and just being associated with Floyd,
Gervonta Davis, the man synonymous with intense, electrifying energy in the ring, just received news that's bound to shake up the boxing world. Curmel Moton's stunning 60-second knockout of Victor Vasquez. For those familiar with Gervonta, you can almost picture his reaction. A mix of shock, pride, and a knowing, "I told you so" expression. After all, Gervonta has been around long enough to spot talent from a mile away, and he's had his eye on Moton for quite some time. The story goes that Gervonta was hanging out with his inner circle when the news broke. This group of close confidants, the ones who always get the inside scoop first, witnessed a reaction from Gervonta that was nothing short of legendary. Reports suggest that Gervonta didn't just sit back and take it all in. Oh no, he was on his feet, pacing back and forth with a grin that wouldn't quit. Those who were there claim he kept saying things like, "I knew the kid was special, but this is something else." To understand why Gervonta was so excited, you need to know a bit about Curmel Moton. He's not just any fighter. He's been under Gervonta's watchful eye, with Gervonta guiding him through the ropes, both literally and figuratively. Gervonta has been like a mentor to Moton, shaping him into the fighter he is today. So, to hear about this knockout, especially one that happened in just 60 seconds, must have been like watching his protege take flight for the first time. Rumor has it that Gervonta even got a bit emotional, which, if you know anything about him, is a rare sight indeed. Now let's take a step back and consider the fight itself. The bout between Moton and Vasquez wasn't exactly on everyone's radar. Sure, hardcore boxing fans knew it was coming, but not many expected it to be a game changer. But that's the beauty of boxing. You never really know how things will go down until they do. As soon as that first bell rang, Moton came out with a fire that caught everyone off guard. Even the commentators, who've seen it all, were stunned. People who were in the crowd, or at least claimed they were, talk about an electric buzz in the air, like everyone could sense that something big was about to happen. And then, just like that, it did. Vasquez didn't know what hit him. 1 minute he was in the ring, and the next, he was on the canvas, staring up at the lights, trying to figure out where it all went wrong. The speed and precision of Moton's punches was something straight out of a movie. A jaw-dropping moment that left everyone, including Gervonta Davis, in awe. Those who watched the fight live couldn't believe their eyes. They say you could hear a collective gasp from the crowd as Vasquez went down. And just like that, it was over. 60 seconds. That's all it took for Moton to make his mark. Now, imagine being Gervonta Davis and hearing about this while already hyped about the future of boxing, especially with a young gun like Moton on the rise. According to sources, Gervonta's first instinct was to get on the phone with Moton. He wanted to be the first to congratulate him, to let him know just how proud he was, and who could blame him. It's not every day you witness a knockout like that, especially from someone who's still carving out their place in the sport. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Some folks are suggesting that Gervonta might see a bit of himself in Moton. The way Moton moved in that ring, the calculated aggression, the sheer determination. Doesn't that sound a bit like Gervonta in his early days? It's no wonder people are buzzing about the possibility of Moton following in Gervonta's footsteps, maybe even surpassing him someday. Of course, it's all speculation at this point, but the excitement is real, and you can't deny that. And let's not forget about Vasquez. This guy went into that fight with confidence, ready to take on whatever came his way. But that's the thing about boxing. It's unpredictable. One moment you're in control, and the next, you're on the ground wondering how it all slipped away. The chatter now is that Vasquez didn't see that punch coming at all. Some are saying he was caught off guard by Moton's speed, while others believe he just underestimated the young fighter. Whatever the case, it's clear that this fight will be a turning point for both fighters. People are already talking about what's next for Moton. Will this be the fight that propels him into the big leagues? It's too early to say, but if he keeps up this level of performance, there's no telling how far he'll go. And you can bet that Gervonta will be right there, cheering him on every step of the way. But here's the thing, this knockout, as stunning as it was, raises a lot of questions. Was it a fluke, or is Moton really that good? Is Vasquez going to bounce back from this, or was this loss too devastating? And most importantly, what does this mean for the future of boxing? Because let's be real, every time a young fighter like Moton steps into the spotlight, the entire landscape of the sport can shift. There's a growing narrative that Moton's knockout could be the start of a new era in boxing. Some are even calling it the Moton effect, where young fighters are stepping up and proving that they're not just here to fill space. They're here to dominate. And with Gervonta allegedly backing him, Moton might just be the face of this new wave. Of course, there's still a lot that remains to be seen. Boxing is a tough sport, and today's victory doesn't guarantee tomorrow's success. But for now, the spotlight is on Curmel Moton. And if the rumors are true, Gervonta Davis couldn't be prouder. There's a buzz in the air, a feeling that something big is on the horizon, and everyone's watching to see what happens next. So, what does this all mean for the future of boxing? Well, if you ask those who were there when Gervonta got the news, they'll tell you that this is just the beginning. Allegedly, Gervonta was overheard saying something along the lines of, "This kid's going to be a problem for a lot of people." And coming from someone like him, that's not something to take lightly. In the end, this isn't just about a 60-second knockout. It's about what that knockout represents. the rise of a new star, the continuation of a legacy, and the potential for greatness that's just starting to unfold. And if Gervonta Davis's reaction is anything to go by, then Curmel Moton is someone we should all keep our eyes on. Because if there's one thing we know for sure, it's that in boxing, anything can happen. And when it does, it's moments like these that remind us why we love the sport so much. The unexpected victories, the shocking upsets, the raw emotion. These are the things that make boxing more than just a sport. They make it a story, one that's constantly evolving with each punch, each round, each fight. So here's to Curmel Moton and his incredible knockout. Here's to Gervonta Davis, who saw the potential before anyone else did. And here's to the future of boxing, which just got a whole lot more exciting. Because if this is any indication of what's to come, then we're all in for one heck of a ride. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. How did you feel about the clips I just shared? Do you think Moton is the real deal, or was this just a lucky break? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more thrilling updates on the future of boxing. Because trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.